The infrastructure, if you look at majority are having a good infrastructure, that is bandwidth, minimum 2 Mbps we have, and existence, couple of e-learning concepts through language labs, computer labs, whatever. They are using a couple of e-learning facilities in their institution. If you look at what are the barriers in leveraging strength of our institutions currently, if you look at, when we look at our students, our syllabus is textbook driven. Because of that, the span of very low attention of our students, they are not able to concentrate. The third one is, the courses are not gizmo adapted. Current courses, what we are offering to our students. Second one, the teacher, very low academic collaboration due to the logistical constraints what they have currently. And industry collaboration is a big challenge for our teachers. You know, every institution would like collaborative top corporate India. Top corporate can be collaborative couple of institutions, more institutions. Where geography, because of the geographical logistical constraints what India they have, and very limited access to technology. Third one, infrastructure. Upgrading infrastructure is a costly affair. If you look at each college have 30, 40 classrooms. When we visit, maybe 5 or 6 classrooms will have digital classrooms or computer ratio. Is very challenged student computer ratio currently what we have in our colleges. So how we are going to capacity building through our technology? Just look at how our technology evolved over years. Maybe we will divide it into 3 parts. Early years, usage of computers as a teacher is a textbook. Then middle years, the delivery mode have changed. Then our institutions have started using the ICT tools like interactive boards, smart boards, virtual classrooms, clickers, etc. So slowly we have moved towards the delivery mode. Then currently, ICT enabled delivery mode is happening, like e-learning. We are using animation mode, videos, audio-based, and assets. Now, ensure that the technology usage becomes learner-centric. It has moved as a learner-centric. So to move forward, how we can evolve from learner-centric to learner, teacher, plus institution-centric, we should evolve. Morning also we have seen a couple of challenges our institutions and universities are facing. People are talking about their geographic issues. Okay, we are remote villages. That is the reason we are not able to interact with institutions, different institutions, or good faculty members, or good corporates, or HR people, different. We are talking about several issues what we have currently. When we introduce, if you adapt our best practices, old and current technology uses, what we have adapted earlier and introduced new technology, maybe setting up studios available right now and bidirectional video conferencing. So if you set up that kind of a facility in all our colleges and universities, with that we can provide e-learning that is student-centric, teacher-centric. We can archive entire lectures, whatever is happening in the classroom, so that a student can practice any number of times after go home or whatever, whenever he finds the time. Program conduction, expert session. See, we may find one faculty in different location, Northern India, maybe South India, college can interact with the faculty, we can utilize the services in a better way. Industry strength programs, some new technologies has evolved in industries. We would like to utilize their programs. We can connect to that industry, we can create a course and conduct that course from that industry to our institution. The industry person need not to move from their office. He or she can conduct program from their office to our students, anywhere in India. Then collaboration can happen. Peer institution collaboration will improve. International institution collaboration can happen. And meetings and reviews among teachers, administrators, and then HR activities. Now, whenever the forums we face, the companies are not able to visit different colleges because for them it's very difficult. When we have technology, we can connect anywhere in the world. HR interaction happens, the companies and client programs to connect. So we can address several issues what currently we are talking. See, whatever we did before, we have some data points folded. Now almost around 3,000 plus colleges have come. The same level of growth have not happened in the quality teaching. So when we introduce the technology, so we can provide standardization in the learning approach. So what are the benefits learners will get out of this? If you can individual or whatever we attend the class like you, or you would like to go through again with this, it is 24/7, so computer, mobile phones, or tablet, they can do any number of tasks. So if they practice more, they don't access the tool. What advantage for our teachers in the technology while they teach? They can transform from teaching mode to mentoring mode. Because when they use technology, they can motivate students to learn fast. And classroom planning can happen good, and uses of technology, curriculum design and development will happen very fast. So these are the advantages for our teachers. What is the advantage for the institution? Institution transform into a center of excellence. See, every institution would like to become an academic excellence and administrative excellence they would like to achieve. So if you introduce technology, they can have transform, become a center of excellence, and whatever the infrastructure they have, they can render different services to the community, like consulting services, education, corporate connect they can have, so that what they would like to achieve, they can properly reach their goal. So what is the effectiveness of center of excellence? It is very positive engagement between student and the teacher community. Those that it is teaching and learning place for teachers and students, enable institutions to diverse different courses, then training and placement. So our institutions can start outreach units, training and placement departments, or national, international affiliations. If you find a good program is running in different locations, we can talk to them, collaborate to that institution. We can bring that program to our college, our university, our institution. So campus diversity will happen through collaborations. So with that, I feel we can achieve academic excellence among three parts what we have planned: academic excellence, administrative excellence, and the one is the next part is administrative excellence. In administrative excellence, I'm not going to touch on the administrative part because several ERPs are available to administer, like the registration part, to take care of the day-to-day administration. I'm going to talk about the examination management. See, what is the advantage using technology in examination? Just look at the challenges faced by our academia right now. If you look at large number of test takers have increased, it is going to increase year on year. And if you look at several processes, we are seeing a couple of issues. This current manual process exposes the process high possibility of discrepancy and malpractice, whatever currently we are taking. If you look at all the areas, we have seen several issues. Like during examination conduction, we are seeing some discrepancy, and during and post-evaluation and result processing. So all the three areas we are seeing discrepancy. Then the most important, in current method, if you want to create analytics to take any kind of decision on academics, it is highly difficult and correct method what we are going to follow. What we suggest, we can involve technology in conduction of our examination. One, conducting examination online, if institution feel there is bandwidth problem, we can always go for a webland, so that we can tackle the bandwidth issue, whatever we are facing right now. Then solution, colleges and institutions can use technology to send the question paper to the colleges for conduct examination. Another important is technology tool. Online registration can happen, then online evaluation. Currently, our evaluators are using manually, we are correcting our question answer sheets. We can digitize the entire answer script, then transfer this answer script to the evaluation center, so that the teacher can evaluate online. So result processing will happen positively. With this, I feel we can, any institution, if they introduce technology in their academic and examination management, they can reach academic excellence as well as administrative excellence, so that they can get the recognition. Maybe we look at the olden days also. For any product, for any institution, whatever the quality product is important. If you look at our Dronacharya, without Arjuna, Dronacharya don't have the fame. Because of the outcome what he has given, now everybody we are talking, Dronacharya is a teacher. So we have to look at the output. You look at any of the companies now. First, we recognize the product. Then we recognize the company, okay, excellent product, a terrific product, which company has produced. So as an institution, we have to look at, we have to produce excellent products so that tomorrow everyone talk about our institutions. So with this, I am closing my presentation. Before closing, just to give my products and services, last 12 years we have developed several products and services for the academic segment. These are the 6 areas we are working: TechEd, converting classrooms to digital classrooms, 1X, online examination, setting up Center of Excellence in institutions, on-mark examination solution, forum, that is a training, skill development training for the student. The last one is Global e-mentoring system, learning and assessment solution for skill development. Thank you very much. Thanks for the opportunity.